Hey, Capricorn, intuitive soul coach here with your August 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Capricorn, bottom of the deck, you have the leaves. There's a shift that's taking place. In the month of August, I feel like you have been transitioning, but you're going to see forward movement or changes that are being made in the physical. Okay, you may have been going back and forth. I'm getting Two of Swords energy. You may have been going round and round, maybe even to the point of mental confusion. I feel like there's progress in the month of August that potentially could alter and change the course of your life by fall time. So that's just around the corner here in the Northern Hemisphere. I feel a strong shift around autumn or fall. Okay, but it begins now because things have felt a little bit slow for you, Capricorn, in matters of the heart. Yeah, look at that. Your first card out, Six of Swords, moving on. If something has been lopsided, okay, interesting. Lopsided. Think of a chair, right? If you're sitting in a chair, you're hoping for four legs. They're all sturdy. They're all stable. But if you have one leg that is 3 inches shorter, you're going to sit on it and it's going to be completely off kilter. It's not going to hold you up. You're not going to find that balance. It's going to be weird. You're going to have to put the weight over here just to find the balance. And that's what I feel was going on in a relationship that was one-sided. It's like you had to hold all the weight over here, or for those of you that were single, I feel like you were putting a lot of energy towards maybe your finances, your children, your home life, whatever it is, but now you're wanting to find more of that balance. And I'm getting a strong Four of Wands energy here as well. And Four of Wands can be home life, celebration, halfway to marriage even. And even if you are in a marriage or you are engaged, I feel like there needs to be, again, balance, hence the justice showing up. There has to be some sort of balance restored in a union. Now you have opposites here, which Libran energy is also opposite. It's the polarities. And you actually have the cart, slow progress, and you have the wheel. This is finally moving forward after that flat tire. And it was, I think, Sagittarian's reading, Capricorn. Sag also had the analogy of the flat tire. So some of you certainly could have some Sag placements in your chart. But what I'm getting for you is in matters of the heart, you broke down on the side of the road, right? This is your energy. This is a situation. This is a relationship. You hit a flat tire, right? You hit a nail somewhere along the way. Maybe the whole tire flew off. Maybe you've been running that tire with no air and it's just been jumping along here in some way, shape, or form. But divine intervention, right? AAA, we'll call divine intervention AAA, coming in with the spiritual realization, coming in to kind of help you not limp around on that flat tire because you're wrecking the rim. Right? You're wrecking it, and there needs to be some sort of help, or there is some sort of help coming in so you don't keep riding that rim doing more damage. And that's what I see. So Capricorn, you're moving forward here. So it wouldn't surprise me to actually see a tower moment or even a Wheel of Fortune. But I feel like this is good progress moving forward. Look at that, because we actually have the Three of Pentacles showing up above you. This is that help that we just talked about. For some of you, this is spiritual help. This is healing. We have the stars showing up here for you as well. And I feel like there is a new wish that is growing in the place of one that didn't turn out. So let me repeat that. There is a wish being fulfilled, but it may not be in the form that you thought it was going to be. But it's still here. The energy of a wish is still present, but it's showing up in a different way. So perhaps this is, for example, maybe you've always wanted children of your own, but you never could have them. right? You knew that deep down energetically you were meant to be a parent, right? But it shows up in a new form. Maybe you adopt, maybe you're a pet parent, maybe you have grandchildren from your children you'd fostered or something of that nature. I feel like it's just showing up in a different form. And that's just, one way of seeing things, but this could be anything. Take it as it resonates. Maybe it was that relationship that you thought you would be with someone forever. Perhaps some of you didn't ever think that you were going to connect with a loved one again. And I feel like there's a wish that could even be coming back around is what I feel. But it's something that you may have lost hope about. You may have thought, I'm never going to marry again. I'm never going to find love or whatever it is. It's showing up, but just in a different form. So I like this showing up. 3 of Wands, beautiful. There is forward movement here towards your highest good, and we have a new opportunity coming in. What's that new opportunity that could show up within the next 2 months, which would be fall, autumn? We have the 2 of Cups. That's at the bottom of the deck with your outcome. So starting off, yes, we have the cart. Things may feel a little bit slow, and you've been bumping along here. If you've been in a relationship, I feel like it's been slow moving. You haven't really gotten out of it recently, at least, what you've wanted, what you've needed. Perhaps it feels like we do need to pull over on the side of the road, right? And replace a few things to get something checked out. Maybe go get help. Maybe even drive into the nearest shop. And some of you, that could be therapy. That could be, bringing in external guidance to help you out. For those of you that are single, maybe you've just been, on the side of the road for quite some time, waiting for that cute AAA person to come save you. But I feel like you are putting in the work. You're the one changing the tire here. You're the one that's going to get the ball rolling. And if you are looking for love, I feel like it does require action on your part, mentally, physically, and emotionally as well, because we do see a shift taking place, but there is also some sort of spiritual realignment happening here for you, Capricorn. Pine cone energy is about realizations. And I'm also getting the sap. It's like you may have been fearful to open up because sap is sticky. Have y'all ever grabbed a pine cone or touched a Christmas tree, a real one? I feel like you got yourself into a little bit of a sticky situation in the past, and there could be a little bit of fear that may have confused your energy in some way, shape, or form, or you may have held back because you didn't want to get yourself into a sticky situation, or you weren't quite sure how to get it off your hands, right? Or get it off your energy in some way, shape, or form. And that's what you are working on now. 6 of Swords. Coming towards a place where there's more peace, there's calmer waters, because 5 of Swords can be disruptive. It can be mental conflict. You could be going back and forth, round and round. It could even be conflict and drama and fighting and arguing with another person. It could be someone needing to have the last word, someone who you just can't get through to them in some way, shape, or form because they could be egoic. They may have a very strong, stubborn streak. Okay. And you just want to move past that. I mean, that could be yourself. You could be stubborn. I feel like you could be dealing with others who are just very close-minded, and you want to move on to calmer waters. You want reciprocity. You want people to be able to listen, and you are going to offer the same. Right? Creating that safe space to be heard, to be valued, to be seen. And it just feels like where you were, the energy you were in feels very one-sided, right? Every time you go to sit on that chair, you just slide right on off. And you forget though, because a chair should be stable. And you have this belief like a relationship should be stable, but it's not. And then it's almost like you're in for a surprise every time you go into it with this mindset. So it could even be an illusion that you told yourself over and over, this is stable, this is going to be stable, until you actually sit on it and you slide off. And I feel like there may have been something that physically manifested externally in the past if things have been slow, that caused you to say, hey, wait a minute. I want to move forward. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of doing things, all towards this energy when I need this third, third leg to help me up. And that's kind of what we see here with the Six of Pentacles, is that balance. 3 and 3 equals that 6, right? And if you were getting treated in a way that pushed against your boundaries, okay, or someone was taking but not giving, or giving too much and not receiving anything in return, that's what's coming back into balance. And that's what needs to kind of start going round and round again. That's going to allow you to move forward. Now, what we have is the Justice in reverse. For some of you, it's divorce, legal issues, karmic relationships, cycles that just couldn't get off the ground. It's like every time you would start to go, there'd be a thump, thump, thump in the car, right? It would be the tires, then it would be the transmission, and then it would be smoky. And then, it feels like there was always something, one thing after another that was showing up. And I feel like you got sick and tired of it. And you're like, I'm out. I don't want to keep dealing with this. It's too much. And in your deep past, there's some sort of justice restored, but it may be that you had to get out of it. Okay. Now in the recent past, there's the 5 of Wands, not a fun energy. This can be competition, criticism, judgment, pointing fingers, stepping on toes, disrespecting boundaries. It can be needing to collaborate or work together. And if that's not possible, if someone is just critical, overly critical, this could even be you being overly critical of all of the people in your life, or even all the characteristics within oneself. I feel for a lot of you, this is others, too many cooks in the kitchen, right? It's about you stepping away from the drama, not your monkeys, not your circus. Go over there and ride an elephant. That's a lot more smooth and calm and low key than all the craziness and the chaos of the monkeys, right? The monkeys picking and pulling at all different spots, a little armpit hair over here and a little bit of head food over here. I feel like that's too much. And you're like, just get away, back off. And I feel like in the recent past, you decided to disconnect in some way, shape, or form, because there was a lot of critiquing coming at you, or you at you. You're getting out of your own way here, or you're making choices that allow you to move forward. And what we see coming in, Capricorn, is help. 3 of Pentacles, teamwork, making your dreams work. But it's because you're all on the same page. Whatever this is over here, that's not on the same page. This could be family squabbles. This can be sibling dynamics, trouble with parents and children. This could even be friendships. And I feel like someone wasn't being honest, or they weren't being fair about their intentions of some sort, and it may have slowed down progress. And what's coming in above you is a new type of energy. You may even have felt alienated or left out, but we're going from the 5 of Wands to 3 people that you can really trust here. Potentially this is 3 people, but it's the energy of being able to get out of something you don't trust and head towards an energy that you can. And you're healing. In the near future, we have the Star showing up here. This is not giving up on your dreams. Just because some of them didn't turn out the way that you thought they would in the physical form doesn't mean that those wishes aren't going to manifest. They are, but it's showing up in a different context. Maybe this is the group that you thought was going to change everything, but really this is, right? Or this is the relationship that you had hoped was going to be the one, but you realized that it wasn't. You were in love with the idea of love, or in love with the idea of this dream or this belief. But once you realize that you weren't aligned with it anymore, or maybe if ever, I feel like you're moving on here. And the star is wish fulfillment. It is as above, so below. It's opening up to access a higher wisdom, higher consciousness. You can see that she has that string that's going right up there into the ether, but she's connected to this. So there is some sort of maybe even soulmate connection that you've been dreaming of, that you know is coming in. For those of you singles out there, this could be twin flame. Okay, for others of you, I feel like this is, you've been praying, you've been wishing, you've been wanting this for quite some time, and I feel like you could see that manifestation by fall. Okay, how are you feeling? Seven of Pentacles, it did show up a little bit in reverse, so I feel like you went on a little bit of a divine detour. Okay, there's divine detour, and as I say that, the little fly that lives in the plant is out. Whenever he comes out in a reading, it's distracting. So it tells me that there's been some distractions on your path forward, right? Maybe some setbacks, maybe some troubles here in some way, shape, or form. As I'm chasing it around everywhere, I feel like some of you felt distracted, but it also allowed you to reroute. It allowed you to move in a different direction and apply your energy to a new area of your life, or to a new relationship, or to growing something that had the potential to grow, because I feel like there's a lot of reassessing that you've been doing here. Okay, Capricorn, you've been thinking things through. You've been wanting to apply your energy only towards things that have the potential to grow. If it doesn't, I feel like you're letting it sit on the side of the road. Right? You're letting it sit there. You're saying, if this is never going to work, I'm going to throw this in the junkyard, right? I'm going to junk it. And it doesn't mean that this person's junk or anything like that, but it means that it's not helpful to your energy. You can't do anything with it. Therefore, it's going to sit in your yard or your driveway, crowding space, when you could have a brand new, vehicle rolling up in some way, shape, or form. I hope you're following my analogy here. But I feel like you're junking the old, and you are putting energy towards things that really have that potential. And what do we have in your environment? We have friendships. This could be friendships, family. This is possibly a friendship that develops into something more. Some of you may have even felt friend zoned, or perhaps you friend zoned someone, but I feel like there is a deep, intimate love, and you may be reassessing, saying, hey, can we be more than friends? I at one point thought it would never work. That wasn't in the makings, right? It was just a friendship, but maybe it's more, because there is a cup involved here. It's also, you see the Big Dipper here, and I feel like this opportunity in the month of August is leading you directly to your North Star. And here's that North Star showing up in your near future. So again, we're getting the energy of the next August, September-ish. So the next 1 to 3 months, there's magic happening here for you, Capricorn. You are looking up and you're saying, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I've done the work. I've rejected the idea of some sort of dramatic, egoic, negative imbalance. I've brought new balance back into my life by choosing myself, or choosing to move away from something that may have been heavy, toxic, or negative in some way. But again, you are being pointed to your North Star, and your ships are coming in. That's your hope. With the Three of Wands here, the Three of Wands is about you catching that wave. And she's standing there with her surfboard, and she is catching the wave. And this is one of the biggest waves that she's been waiting for quite some time. And your final outcome is the Four of Cups with the Two of Cups. So there's a new opportunity being presented to you. When the Four of Cups shows up, it means that she's finally looking over to this Ace of Cups here. And you see that in the upright, she's still kind of stuck on these 3 cups that have spilt. She's a little bit bored, maybe a little bit frustrated. Yeah, things aren't moving along here. I'm stuck, or there's slow progress. There's not a lot happening. There's not a lot of options out there, or I feel limited with where I'm at. right? But when it shows up in reverse, it's like, bam, there's an opportunity. She's looking over here. What's over here is this rainbow and this cup. It's a completely different frequency. It's a different vibration than something over here, because she may have been drowning a bit in the past emotions or some sort of maybe even self-absorption, or just the need to reach out, the need to open up to love, maybe go online or go on that date or connect with friends, go out to that party or, to dinner or whatever it may be. I feel like you're coming out of this emotional imbalance or just hermit mode, right? And you're seeing that there is an opportunity after all. And the Two of Cups can even be 2 months. Cups are months. So I do feel here that you are attracting a divine counterpart, okay? Or if you are in a partnership, I feel for some of you, if there's been a third party, I just have to say that because I get a lot of threes and I see some conflict. If you're in a partnership here, you're moving on to calmer waters and there's a new opportunity to come together if that's what you choose. But for others of you, you're definitely moving on to a new path and you're seeing that the grass is greenest where you water it, but you're also recognizing that there's no growth in the grass that you're currently standing on. Why? Because maybe there's no grass or dirt. Maybe it's made of concrete. Maybe this is, dead grass, or it's dirt that's just non-tillable. Nothing can grow there. Maybe it's floodlands. There's something that you are being guided to take your garden elsewhere, because you've tried and tried and tried to see something grow where it's at, but I feel like you have to look elsewhere. There's something about replanting or detouring with that Seven of Pentacles, and literally look at, he's planting the little tree. And where can you plant your energy? Where there is optimal sunshine and nurturing and growth, basically where the conditions are going to thrive. And that's what I see you doing. They always say, the grass isn't greener on the other side. I always say it's greenest where you water it, but there also has to be the conditions for it to grow. And I feel wherever you are at here, it just doesn't feel like there's optimal conditions to see something growing. The energy needs to shift. And as I said that, I seen 2, 2, 2, 2 on the clock. And so we do see a counterpart coming in. 2 of Cups, beautiful energy. All right. Let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have, please, for the time to go? Oh my gosh, you guys, you can't make that up. For those of you that need to go, it's time. And it landed right on the cart. And so this is possibly the month. I mean, something could happen back to back. I just have to put that out there. It's like as soon as you let go of something or someone, it opens up the driveway, right? As soon as you get rid of that old junkety car, junk it, scrap it, you have room in the driveway for something new. And I feel like you're leaving behind something that no longer serves you. You've outgrown it. Some of you may be 45 years old. You may be a life path 9 or in a 9 personal year. I mean, that makes sense. 9s are all about endings. Right? So 45, and I just opened up straight to that page as well. So you're receiving clear signs, you're receiving clear synchronicities that it's time to move forward in whatever way that means for you. Maybe it's taking a relationship to the next level, right? It could be that you've hit a little bit of a glass ceiling where you're at and it's time to action it up by, moving forward in some way. This is about endings, completions, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn. You are at the ends of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstance. Take the risk and move on. Even if you need to be in a transition for a time, your destiny is calling you. Yeah, That's why the spiritual pine cone is coming in. This is about, a spiritual realization of destiny, of moving forward. You know this to be true. It's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Yes, this could be an energy of a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, but it's more about release than destruction. And that's important. And that was a big message in Sagittarian's reading as well, around release versus destruction. And I feel for some of you, this is about amicable differences or walking away, but both of you being on the same page. So maybe forgiveness, or both of you agreeing to disagree, right? If this does have to do with someone else. And for others of you, this is time to let your past self go. Maybe you've been single for quite some time. It's time to leave that life behind and head towards opening up to an experience of the heart here in union with someone, okay? It says, remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of a new beginning. If you want something deeper, walk away. And I think we said those very words in the beginning of your reading. So I feel like there is a more meaningful experience of the heart. Even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later, right? It can resurface again later. And that we talk about that with that wish fulfillment. So consider this a break, maybe rather than an ending, okay? Maybe it's a break for you to maybe slow things down a little bit if things have been going quite chaotic. Maybe that's part of the slow progress before things start to pick up. Maybe that is required in order for you to have this realization. Okay? Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that's natural, right? We all have doubts, Capricorn, as it doesn't have the map of your destiny. Your soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. How beautiful is that reminder, you guys, that our small self, and I'm going to say our ego self, has doubts, right? We do. We always have doubts. Why do you think we watch tarot? We want clarity. We want confirmation. We want, our intuition to be validated. But the soul is what truly has the map of our destiny, right? Not our small self, not our ego. And that soul self is also our intuition. And there is a part of you that knows that it's time to move on from whatever a situation is, right? Whatever these monkeys are in the background, because you don't want to be poked and prodded anymore. I feel like you are meant to move in a different direction. If it resurfaces in time, deal with it then, but you're meant to leave this behind for now, maybe forever. I mean, nines are about completions, but you have completed this cycle in the form that this has taken on. You'll never, ever again go back to the form that you're leaving behind. The energy in itself is shifting. So you know what to do here. You're leaving behind an old life, an old story, an old part of yourself even, and you're moving on to a more meaningful experience of love and connection and soulmate energy with the Two of Cups. It's right around the river bend here. Let's get a timing card, even though, it's clear as day with the fall and the Two of Cups, but maybe let's look at timing as when something may have really been the catalyst. Okay, we're getting numerous confirmations. You guys look at in a few months, that's within the next 3 months, right? 1 to 3 months, but it says faster than you think. So as soon as you let this go, right? As soon as you walk away from something or leave something behind or express it to the universe, say, okay, universe, I release, I let go. Maybe it has something to do with the full moons that just took place, double back-to-back full moon and Cap, right? And I feel, I mean, that's you. So this is about you letting go of what no longer serves you. And this is coming in faster than you think, almost as if lightning speed. You're jumping into a new timeline. So I do feel like these full moons in your sign, Capricorn, played a big, big impact on what's to come and aligning you with your truest destiny. Whew, this is big. This is big. All right, let's get a few messages from your crystal spirits. And at this time, I just ask if you can, please close your eyes, Capricorn. Close your eyes. If you can, do so safely. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can. And release through your breath, through your mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be a crystal showing up as a specific shape, size, or color. Maybe vibrant hues of blues, pink, purple, yellow, or even clear. Perhaps your crystal has points. Maybe it's polished or tumbled, or maybe showing up in the rawest form. Maybe it's the shape of a heart or an oval. Perhaps your crystal is emanating a frequency of unconditional love, clarity, protection, or support. There is no right or wrong answer, Capricorn. And if you need a moment, pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your crystals or gemstone, whether you have 1 or 5, drop them in the comment section below the video and I'll enter you into that free reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the channel. All right, Capricorn, your stone is orange calcite, which is all about creativity. It's the pleasure of birthing something new. It's about sensuality and sexuality as well. And the message for you is this. It is easy to tell yourself, I can't, instead of I can. You are meant to access the infinite possibilities. And I have to just stop for a moment because August is an 8th month. The 8th month, which is the infinity symbol. We are also in an 8 year, 2024. And this does represent August being a month of infinite possibilities that become evident as you start to channel creativity from the universe. As you step into your creative self, you open up to new paths of relationships to others, and you start to reshape your relationships in ways that make them even healthier and more satisfying. Partnerships evolve. And as your co-creative abilities are very powerful right now, look at how you may deepen intimacy through trust and be more playful and creative in your relationships. For those of you that have hit a little bit of a lull, right? How can you bring more sensuality, pleasure, intimacy, and passion into this dynamic to allow you to move forward here for those of you that are feeling a bit stuck? For others of you, I feel like you are opening your creative center up, right? This is also the sacral chakra, and that sacral chakra is our fire energy. And we are in Leo season, which is a fire sign. So beautiful synchronicities here. This is all about the second and third chakra, sacral and solar plexus. Unlike many fire stones, though, it has a gently stimulating rather than overwhelming energy. It is an excellent stone for overcoming shyness as well as depression. And because I did see here the Four of Cups, sometimes that Four of Cups can be a little bit of depression. Okay, for those of you that do suffer with depression of any sort, work with orange calcite. This can be a game changer. It is excellent for overcoming that shyness and depression. Meditate with this when you need a little boost of courage. You can work with this crystal when you go on dates, if you want to open yourself up, if you feel a little bit timid or shy, that can really bring you to a place of feeling more confident, and even in the bedroom as well. So orange calcite is your crystal. I'm also getting here you reconsidering how you are being creative with your energy. That may be part of the Seven of Pentacles. I do feel here like you are coming up with new creative ideas on how to meet new people, or Spirit is saying, think outside the box. What brings you pleasure? How can you play? How can you get out there? Maybe this is joining a new cooking class. This can be going dancing. It can be going to a musical theater or an art show. I feel like you are meant to discover, new things about yourself, and your energy is magnetic here. Okay. So look at things from a different perspective, because I feel like you are developing more courage as you do things that typically you normally would not do. It says fulfillment, purpose, and joy are the gifts you receive when you become a clear channel. And I do see through this spiritual realization here, you are becoming clearer and clearer within yourself as you step away from drama and conflict in the external, right? That also helps you get to a place where you feel more confident within, and you're able to make choices that feel more intuitive based. Okay, so dancing, painting, singing, drawing, any form of art that helps you connect to that inner artist within. And maybe this is something you could do with a loved one. I'm also getting sip and paint. So maybe some of you are going to go to, a gallery where you paint, and maybe order a beverage as well. You may be an artist, or you could be connecting to someone in the near future who is very artistic. They may be highly poetic. They may write love notes. There's something here about love notes, or writing something with cards as well. You may receive cards, love notes, or they're very poetic. They may leave little things on the refrigerator, or they want to show you through acts of kindness that they care about you. I feel like that's showing up in the near future. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that's helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And do make sure, if you haven't already, you drop your crystals in the comment section below to be entered into that free reading giveaway. Thank you so much for tuning in, Capricorn. Lots of love.